All right, you thought I was just gonna bail. That was my intention, wasn't that? That would have been funny. That would have been funny if that was like my sign off. Right? Oh boy. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Today is Friday, March 31st, the last day of March, and yeah, it's been an interesting week. Like I don't even know what I want to talk about today. I'll be honest, I don't want to talk about anything that's going on. You know, we have today, just in case you didn't know, is Transgender Day of Visibility, which I mean, I want to point out something because President Biden put out a tweet today. He said that transgender people are made in God's image. Why did they need surgery then? And why did they need to take hormone blockers? Because that technically would be the opposite of in God's image, right? I mean, I'm just being honest. Doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to me. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's just this whole craziness, this new place that we're in as a country. It's pretty weird. It's pretty weird. You know, like I have different views about the whole transgender thing than a lot of my viewers, and I get that, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. You know, me personally, I don't care what someone else does. If they want to live happy, they want to live happy. You know, it's not up to me to pass judgment on what makes someone happy or not. As long as they stay away from children, and as long as people aren't going out and killing children, I think it was in very bad taste. Hell, even my wife agrees that it was in very bad taste to name Transgender Day of Visibility 5 days after a transgender person walked into a Christian church and killed little children. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. We just live in such a weird time. Think about it politically. I was talking to someone earlier. Today's been a weird day too. I've had missionaries come into the store. I had one lady that was from Malaysia that came and she was trying to get me to buy handmade jewelry. And I'm like, sorry, we're broke. And she was like all up in my face. And I'm like, haven't you heard of COVID? like I think it's the only time in my life that I've ever been like COVID's real. Get away from me. You know, because she was leaning over the counter. I had the counter separated. And finally I was like, you gotta go, lady. If you want coffee, you can have coffee. But she's like, how about just $2? And I'm like, get out of my store. It was creeping me out. Today's just been an odd day when it comes to all that. You know, it's just been an odd day. Someone said, she's like you, broke. She's like you, broke you, giving out free coffee. I'm cracking up. Yeah. Yeah, we're giving away free coffee. We're not broke. I'm just done donating to charities. You know, at least for this month. I donated $520 earlier this week, and I'm just like, damn it, because I'm still short on what I need for tomorrow. You know, so it's just like, oh man, it's just a never-ending cycle. And then with this whole indictment thing and trying to get to the bottom of the indictment thing, I'm like, what? Like, what is going on? Doesn't make any sense. You hear everybody's reporting on social media that he may be indicted on 30 separate counts, and everyone's acting like it's going to be something. I'll tell you what it is, and because we already know, it's already public. Everyone's like, you don't know what he did. Yes, we all do. Everybody knows. All the details are out there. They're charging him for each count of him issuing these checks to Michael Cohen. Each individual account, and they probably found more payments that are supposedly going to be paid out to this PlayStation model, Playmate, whatever. I don't know, man. The whole thing is just, it's crazy. Bearded Product said, wait, you say COVID's real? Only to get people away from me. You missed that? You missed that? This lady from Malaysia was in, I'm not even joking. I wish sometimes that I just was recording the camera up front, because she literally comes in and she's like, hi. And I'm like, okay, hi. And then she proceeds to walk from where people normally stand, which is a good distance away, to directly up on the counter. And she's handing me these flyers. Her English is bad. She's waving, and I'm not joking. She's waving like this in my face with her hands. And she's like, I'm a missionary from Malaysia. We are, look at the pictures. There's me. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Am I getting pranked here? I kept like looking around thinking I'm getting pranked. And then she's like, so how about you buy some jewelry as a donation? And then she opens up this binder, and inside the binder, it's got jewelry like my kids would make. And I'm like, what? Like, what is going on? And I'm like, I'm not interested in buying any jewelry. I said, it looks nice. And she's like, yes, I made this. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, no. And then she was pretending she didn't speak English. She didn't understand what no meant. So I was like, no, I'm not interested. And she's like, so we have necklaces? I'm like, get out of here. But she was coming up really close. And I wanted to be like, hey, didn't you hear about COVID? COVID's real. Like, get out of here. Just as an example to get her to leave me alone. But finally I walked away. I'm not even joking. She was standing there and I'm like, no. And she's like, even $2? $1? And I'm like, no. And she just kind of stood there like this, looking at me after, and so I turned and walked away. And then she walked away. But it was very peculiar. It was very peculiar. And not many of you guys know like some of the other stupid decisions I've made lately. But it seems like, April, you know what I'm talking about now. It seems like that is coming to fruition. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? But whatever. It is what it is. Oh my gosh. Even my wife is like, she's like, are you really doing this? I said, yeah, what the hell? Like, yeah. Oh man. And I just got like the thing to verify, yes, I am actually doing it. April knows what I'm talking about, but it's just crazy, man. It is crazy. It's just been a weird day. And then you see all these people. Like, I tried to make a video earlier because I don't want to go live anymore. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to go live. It takes too much time. It's not worth the time to go live. So I was thinking about just recording videos. And I realized I'm not very good at that because I get pissed off. So like this morning, I was doing this video that someone posted. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It was posted on Twitter. And I think someone tagged me in it. Tim, did you tag me in it? I don't remember. Maybe he didn't. But there was this video on Twitter of some nutbag, like, being super happy that Donald Trump is getting indicted because they don't understand what the indictment means. For one, it means nothing. I mean, let's be honest. An indictment means nothing. It's just another way of them trying to go after Donald Trump with no facts or not. It's so stupid, and everyone's so applauding it. I want to find this video now just to show you. Because I tried to make a video in response to this and I just couldn't do it because people are so freaking nutty, dude. It was some guy that was just yelling. I don't know if other people could find it, or April or anybody, but I know Tim, I think Tim shared it, but I don't see it. I thought he tagged me in it. But it was this guy that was talking about Donald Trump being indicted, and he was so happy about it. He was like elated, yelling and all this stuff. And I'm like, do you not understand that this, no matter who you are, no matter where you are as an American, no matter where you align on the political aisle, the fact that they are politically going after a candidate using our justice system is something that everyone should be afraid of. Everybody, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, it's something everybody should be afraid of. Do you know what I mean? But nobody pays attention to it. I heard it on Jesse Kelly yesterday because he was repeating some of the stuff I said. What do you think Republicans are going to do when they get into power? What do you think Republicans are going to do? Republicans are going to start putting Republican district attorneys into place, and now they've set this precedent that they can go after their political opponents with bogus fraudulent charges. It's so freaking nutty. Do you know what they're trying to say? The reason why they're charging him with the fraudulent business documents is because he didn't pay the money out of his political campaign, that he paid it out of his personal money. Does anybody not understand that? They're literally trying to say that the only reason he committed a crime was because the money was sent, and this is, according to everything that's publicly available, that the money was sent from his personal account to his attorney, and not from his campaign, which is the craziest fucking thing you can ever imagine. You can ever imagine. Think about how many political candidates that go get a haircut, right? They get a haircut, they have a political campaign going. Now you could be charged, arrested, indicted by a grand jury if you pay that haircut out of your personal your personal checking account instead of your campaign checking account, because they could say that you getting a haircut it benefits your political campaign. It's so stupid, and people have to understand that. It's so dumb. Again, we went through the facts yesterday. Stormy Daniels has come out publicly early on in this whole thing and said that she never had an affair with Donald Trump. And then she said, oh, she was pressured to say so by lawyers. Okay. Donald Trump has long maintained he's never had a relationship with Stormy Daniels. Michael Cohen, the attorney for Donald Trump, who has been charged with a bunch of felonies and federal charges for lying to law enforcement and all that, he, in 2018, wrote a letter to Congress saying that the money that was paid to Stormy Daniels from Michael Cohen was not connected to Donald Trump and had nothing to do with Donald Trump whatsoever. Here is what I'd be think about the defense. Do you think Michael Cohen ever asked Donald Trump, then President Trump, for a pardon? Do you think he's got that in an email? Because you could discredit the shit out of that guy if Donald Trump is like, no, I'm not going to pardon you. You're a fraudster. And then Michael Cohen then goes and changes his whole story. It's so stupid, dude. It's so dumb. This whole thing is dumb, and everybody's applauding it like it's some big, big thing. Like, if you wanted to go after Donald Trump, try to go after him for some of the other things that he's accused of, right? Even the Georgia phone call with Raffensperger has more salt than this one does, and that doesn't even have any salt. You know what I mean? Like, this case is so stupid. So stupid. Matthew said, Steve, make sure you don't purchase giveaway TVs out of your own funds. I'm not a political candidate, so that doesn't matter. And they're not. They're always done with business. But it's just stupid, man. Everything is just dumb. And the way our political, like, we watched the weaponization of the government yesterday, that hearing, and we listened to the Republicans and Democrats arguing back and forth like bunch of frickin' loser children that just kept going back and forth. Republicans brought in a sitting senator and a former congressman who's now the attorney general of Louisiana, I believe. They brought them in. They made statements and accusations about the Democrat government. And then they were excused, which is the practice and precedent that's been set by that committee. And I mean, and we already know this because Raskin, when he came up with his Harley bandana cancer look, he gave a statement, and then he did all the same thing. He invoked Trump 9,465 times in a 5-minute statement, and then he was excused, and nobody was allowed to ask him any questions. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. The way that these politicians think, the way they do everything is just dumb. It's dumb. And it's so hard every single day to do this. I'll be honest with you. You know how you guys get tired of talking, like listening to the same thing all the time? Think about all the political commentators out there. You got me as like a small one. Talking hopefully. But someone said he paid her hush money. You don't know if he paid her hush money. You don't know if he paid her anything, to be completely honest. Dude, is the internet dropping again? I don't know. I swear sometimes that there's a big conspiracy, because I could be live and doing, working all day long and I have no internet issues. But all of a sudden when I start going live, internet drops. Very, very weird. Very weird stuff, just like yesterday. But I don't know, man. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I begin to loathe what I do every day. Just sitting here talking about the news and doing all that stuff, trying to talk about current events. Because what good? Let's think about it this way. What good has come from anything in the news in the past 2 days? The only positive story, which is also not a positive story, came out of Philadelphia this morning, where Good Samaritans were on a train where someone sucker punched another guy pulled out a gun and shot someone on the train, and Good Samaritans wrestled the gun away from him and arrested him, and held him until police came. That happened this morning in Philadelphia. But that's also not a good story, because that just also shows you that you could ride a subway in a major city and run the risk of getting shot randomly. So that's not a good story, even though Good Samaritans finally stood up for it. But I wouldn't be surprised. It's Philadelphia. I wouldn't be surprised if the Good Samaritans find themselves facing charges. I could be honest and say that if I was ever involved in a situation like that, the second cops got there, I would run away. I would run away, because we have good examples of what happens when good guys try to do stuff to stop bad guys from committing heinous crimes, right? You've got the one in Texas where a guy was, walking into a Dollar General or something, and he saw a shoplifter beating the heck out of two women employees there, like brutalizing, beating them horribly. So what's he do? He pulls out a gun, he orders them to step away, and he shoots the suspect as the suspect's coming to him. You know what they ended up doing? They charged him with murder and said that his use of force was too much. Like, it's crazy. You got the other guy where the place was getting robbed, and he pulls out a gun. I believe that was also in Texas, and shoots somebody. I believe it happened in California as well, where someone was defending their vehicle from getting stolen. Actually, that happened here in Washington, D.C., where like a concealed carry permit holder came out of his house, or I think he may have been an off-duty police officer, came out of his house and saw kids breaking into his car. He fires a warning shot to get them to go away, and one of the little carjackers attempts to run at him with a firearm. So he shoots that guy, and he's been charged, and he has to face a trial and all that stuff with murdering someone that was trying to rob and potentially kill him. Because they say, and all the proponents of these kind of actions say, that the only reason the little kid ran at the man with the gun is because he was scared. He was scared. When you're scared, you don't run towards gunfire. I'll be honest with you. But I don't know, man. It's just very odd. Everything that's going on in this country right now, and to try to figure it out. Like, they talked about January 6th being the day democracy died. The worst day, or the worst attack on our democracy ever, right? A bunch of protesters yesterday stormed the Tennessee Capitol. They violently assaulted police officers, pushing them their way into the Tennessee Capitol, interrupted the Tennessee, Senate Assembly or Congress Assembly, and literally started doing a protest inside the Capitol. Those people are not considered, insurrectionists or anybody in the left-wing media. In fact, what you're seeing now is rounds of applause for them. It's insane. It's insane. No matter how you think about it. Trans people did a sit-in on Wednesday in Kentucky, where they all went into the Kentucky House, I believe, and laid down on the floor. They say it's a Transgender Day of Visibility. And I understand, listen, people are mean to transgender people because they just don't understand it. I am not mean to them. I don't understand it either. But my definition of America, or what America could be, it's more important for me to believe in America than for me to believe my own personal ideology. So for me, I believe if a dude wants to wear a dress and live his life as a woman, as long as it's not negatively affecting anybody else, as long as they're not going and doing child drag shows in front of kids, as long as they're not doing story hours with the balls hanging out like the one we just saw last week, and as long as they're not doing that stuff, I frankly don't care. And I don't even say I don't care. I do care, and I think that people should be able to live their life that way, right? I don't think it's for me to judge. They will have to pass the God's judgment when they're trying to go up to those pearly gates when they finally die, but that's not my job to pass judgment on them. There's so many people that believe it's your job to pass judgment on trans people, or that say, oh, because one fucking cross-dressing dude ends up having his balls out while he's reading children's books, that every single transgender person, even if they fundamentally disagree with that trans people should be at story hours or anything, because make no mistake, there are people that identify as the opposite sex that have no interest whatsoever on going to a drag show or anything like that. But what I see people doing is we're lumping everybody together. And it's weird because we don't want to be lumped with the radical people that smash in Capitol windows or the radical white supremacists that do any of the other stuff that mainstream media says they do. But why are we doing this? Matthew Lambert said, what if you found out your kid's school allowed your kids to cross-dress at school without notifying you? I wouldn't have that. You know why? I'm a proactive parent. And I already know all schools allow that. Every school in the state of Virginia has guidelines set in place where if a kid says they want to be known by pronouns and you can't tell my father or you can't tell my mother, every single school under Republican governor, the schools are instructed that they're not allowed to tell the parents. And you know what? It's fucked. It's fucked. But here's the truth. You have a role and a responsibility as a dad or as a mom to be proactive parents. It's your job. It's literally why you had kids. And if not, you're a horrible person. But your job is to manage your children. Your job isn't to pass them off and willfully hope that the teacher is doing their job every day. No, your job is to make sure that your kids are doing the right thing. And everybody that says you can't do that, we do a debrief every single day when we come home where we ask the boys what they learned in the school. Every single aspect of their day has to be covered. And we can tell, mainly because I'm married to a teacher, we know the procedure, we know what they're doing, and we can get to the bottom of it. Matthew said it's child abuse. I don't disagree that I think it's child abuse if a school or an adult is allowing a child to dress and identify as something that they're not. I don't believe children should be doing that. Like I got on this deep rabbit hole today looking up this company, Abby V, right? Abby V is a company that manufactures an off-market hormone blocker called Lupro or something like that. Let me find it here. Lupron. Now, Lupron it's being used off-brand. So what that means is it's made for cancer and prostate cancers and stuff like that. But they also found that if they prescribe that to trans people that identify as transgender, it will block, and it's used a lot in children, right? And then I started looking at this AppEV that owns the company. I started looking at them and seeing what kind of revenue they made on this drug a couple of years ago versus now. And guess what? It's startling. They're estimating that they're going to bring in $200 billion in funding by the time, by 2035. It's insane. They did $738 million in sales in 2018, and they're over $1 billion already. And the reason why they're over $1 billion is because of all of the off-market use. The reason, because doctors are prescribing this to kids. And you've seen videos on social media. I don't believe that any child should be prescribed any hormone blockers unless they have cancer, unless they need some reason to do it. There's I forgot what the term is, but there's puberty that sets in too early. So they use these drugs occasionally to stunt that. So puberty doesn't set in when the people are 8 or 7 or, it's a disease. So it happens. And that's what this drug was found. But then they found they could also give it to kids that identify as the opposite gender and block puberty from going into place. It's insane, dude. It's insane. And these drugs, you can look up AppEV. Everybody can do it yourself if you want. Because I was curious as to what their political contributions were. Turns out that Republicans and Democrats, almost universally, granted there's more Democrats that get it, but Republicans and Democrats are also accepting lobbyist money from this company, AbbVie, that makes these drugs, which is insane. That makes these drugs. Republicans are accepting the money. Everybody can see it. You want to see? Just because we like facts? Look, this is AbbVie. They spent $82 million or $8.2 million lobbying last year. Look at just Raphael Warnock. I mean, these are from individuals. Look at the businesses. They're mostly PAC. Democrat. These are the big political. And I wonder if you look into this person, Bonnie Coleman, or you look into Brad Schneider, or you look into Raphael Warnock, or you look into the DNC, obviously. But I wonder how often they speak on the transgender thing, which directly benefits this company, right? Think about it. Here, let's filter by all Democrats. Look at some of the Democrats that are getting money. John Fetterman received money from them. But that's from individuals affiliated with the company. Let's look at the organization. Filter by I can't do that. So let's just look at the organization. Democrat senatorial campaign, Brad Schneider, Get Stuff Done PAC, Chris Coons, Catherine Cortez. So who is that? Cortez Masto, $5,000. Mark Beasley, $8,500. These are all these people pushing that same radical, trans ideology, because this you could directly tell if they're sending this much money to all these Democrats, then that has to tell you something. But it's not just Democrats. Let's look at all the Republicans they're sending money to. Mitch McConnell gets $10,000 last year from a company that manufactures trans drugs. That manufactures a drug that's being used. Look at all the other ones. Kevin McCarthy, $10,000. Darren LaHood, $10,000. Kathy Rogers, $10,000. Tim Scott, $8,000. These politicians are dirty as shit. Drew Ferguson, Mike Lee, $5,000. Marco Rubio, $5,000. Adrian Smith, $5,000. Brad Winstrup, $5,000. You have to understand that these people don't actually care. They can go out there and talk about how much they don't like all this, but then they take money from the drug manufacturer who is manufacturing the drugs that's doing this to the kids. I mean, God, I don't give it. That's why I'm saying, I'm looking at this today and I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. And they can't say they didn't know. You know why? Because look up Loophor. Look up all the surveys and look up how long that's been in the news. Because they started using this drugs for the transgender stuff around 2017 because they found that it was an effective puberty blocker. It's insane, dude. It's insane. And so for everybody that goes out there and pretends like they give a shit about it, they don't actually give a shit. Anyone who cast a vote for Mitch McConnell, by default, you guys actually are supporting trans blockers or puberty blockers in kids. By default, because you voted for a guy that takes money from those people, which is insane. It's insane. And it just seems that, and I kind of, this morning, I'm doing all this research in this stuff, because this is what I like to do when I have a couple of free minutes. I like to dig deep into this, and I'm digging deep into it, and I'm like, this is crazy. They all say that Republicans are going after trans stuff. Well, I just listed 15 different Republicans that are taking money from the very company that is doing this to the kids. But then you could say, well, it's not the company. The company is just manufacturing the drugs. The drugs are being prescribed by doctors. And those doctors should be looked at too. But how do you find that information? I don't know. Someone said shit should be illegal, but you can't take this drug off. I mean, you could say, because it's being used in an off-market way. So basically what they're doing is the drug has FDA approval to fight cancer. It's got FDA approval for the medical puberty blockers for, I think it's like prepubescent puberty. I'm saying that wrong. Whatever. But there is a disease where puberty sets in far too young and it has medical complications. So they'll prescribe this drug or similar drugs that are manufactured by the same or like companies. And it's crazy when you dig into it all. It's just crazy. It's got real uses, but this is the way they're prescribing it to transgender people is based off of off-brand prescription. So it's not a prescription that is mainly for this, but they found that the drug works, and there's a lot of drugs that are like this that are being prescribed. I think albuterol was one. There was also another one that just came out recently that's being used for weight loss, but it also has and they had a big shortage of it. They had a shortage of this drug as well because they started when everyone started getting mainstream about it. Because think about it, when was it mainstream to be transgender? It is being transgender, and I think at large and by the country, it's widely accepted to the point that people don't have at least I could say I don't have a problem with transgender people. I have a problem with drag queen shows that are open to children. If it's not open to children, shit, put an 18 and up marker on there and nobody's gonna fucking argue with it anymore. In fact, you'd have people supporting you, likely because, well, whatever, you're adults, you're standing up, you're doing whatever you wanna do. Ozempic is a weight loss drug, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. It's everything that's going on in this world is just nutty, bro. It's just nutty, and it makes it hard to swallow everything and figure out everything because the total, in totality, everything that we're being presented is full of political spin. It's being full of political bullshit. So when we hold a congressional hearing and they talk about saving our children, but yet they're taking money from a drug company that is literally doing this to our children, is mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling, and we're not going to get to the point where we're actually figure out anything, because everybody is so beholden to their own political ideology. Well, no, not even that. It's like conforming. Because how many times when I watch this show do people say, "Hey, you seem like you're a liberal. You're turning liberal," or something like that? It's not. It's that I have an opinion that doesn't necessarily fit the exact T that other people on the right believe that it should. And obviously, people on the left don't agree with a lot of what I said. Someone said it's not a weight loss drug, it's for diabetics. Yeah, but is that the drug that's being used for a weight loss? You know what I mean? If I'm a cook or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. Someone said I treated now that transphobic is now part of a political talking point. It is. People say based on the comments that I've made so far that that's transphobic. I don't believe it is. I believe that people should have the right to express themselves whatever way, as long as it doesn't impact other people. Okay, that's where you draw the line. And you go a size bigger in that regard, and you say, as long as it doesn't impact the livelihoods of children. Because if wearing a dress if a dude wearing a dress pisses off another dude, a grown-ass man, who cares? It's freedom of expression. I see people that are wearing clothing every day that just makes me sick, right? Remember when yoga pants first came out years and years ago? Everybody knows when they first came out, and there was a bunch of people out there, male and female, that were going around wearing yoga pants that should never be wearing yoga pants. And I almost wanted to start a political action committee called Ban Yoga Pants. Because I was so tired of seeing it. It's like now, what do they have? The sweatpants that are too tight that dudes wear at the gym. What I forgot what those are called. It's the same fucking thing. It's stupid, But ultimately, it's not up to me. I just don't wear them. I don't ascribe to that kind of behavior. But if other people feel comfortable, then they feel comfortable, and that's their own choice. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at in this whole argument. If a dude wants to dress as a woman because it makes him feel more like a dude or a woman, I don't know, then that's fine. But you have a problem when they start trying to do more. And instead of dressing like a female, then they want to, and be called a female, then they want to go and compete with females against females. It's not like they're competing against males. No, they want to compete against females, and they're not willing to recognize that they have a biological difference. They have a biological advantage in those instances. We just saw yesterday where one strength and conditioning coach in Canada legally changed his name. He's a big burly guy like me with a low bench. My bench is bigger than his. But he's a big burly guy with a big old beard. He went and legally changed his driver's license to female, and he entered into a powerlifting competition, full beard and all, and he took the world record for bench press, taking it away from a dude that's living their life as a girl that competed against girls and destroyed their powerlifting condition. Or powerlifting record. So now a dude dressed as a dude, but identifying as a female, went in and broke that record. And he did it to be like, see, this is not right. This is not right. He said, for anyone that wants to say we don't have an advantage, he did like a 370-pound bench right away, smashing the record of that Canadian dude that is dressed up as a woman. He did all beard and all. Yeah, he walked up straight with a beard, big old beard, bigger than mine. And it said under the title that he was a woman, But he did it and to show that this isn't right. What's going on in this country isn't right. And to be honest, we need more guys like that. We need more women like that. I was looking at old deadlift videos today of mine. So when I competed in Ireland and did a 628-pound deadlift, and I was just thinking, I'm like, man, wouldn't that be funny? If I right now went and just changed my sex to female, I would be the world's strongest woman. Do you know what I mean? Instantly, by just working out. I would destroy the highest bench press. I'd destroy the highest deadlift, squats. And to be honest, there is one lady, Tamara something, that's got a deadlift that's 633 pounds. So I'd probably have to train for that a little bit. But again, drug tested. I believe she's drug tested. I should have checked that. Because I don't know. If I just gave her a shout out and she's not drug tested, then that's cheap. Watch. Let's go. Let me look it up right now. Open records. Open powerlifting is what it is. Let me see. So if I go to records, post office guy was just here, and go all ages of women, and then all year. What am I doing squats for? Squats. Traditional, all federations. Fully tested feds. All right. So squat, full power. So the bench record. Well, it's, yeah, 370 for bench. That's for Grace Azernol, something like that. And deadlift, the heaviest deadlift that I saw, I guess right now, deadlift full power, the heaviest deadlift that I see here, 595. No higher than, yeah, so 595 for full power. All event deadlift is 551, 576, 591, 595 by Dina Hakai or something like that. So, like, while still warming up, if I identified as a female, I could go and break all these records. So that's why I'm saying, how is it fair? How is it fair? My bench would be better. My deadlift would be better. Easy. Squat, no. Some of these girls can squat a shit ton. Like, you got a 617-pound squat. I mean, she's probably heavier than I am, but, I mean, there's some big squats, 564 at 198 kilos. Sheesh, 564, 607. Those are big squats, man. 600-pound squat for a female, that's crazy. I don't know, man. Someone said, imagine waiting your whole life to prepare to compete in a sporting event only to see some dude come in and make it all a joke. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, the whole thing is just, it's nutty, you know? And listen, let's be fair. For the powerlifting lady, and I forgot what her name is, the powerlifting lady, because it's funny, when I look up open powerlifting, I see J.C. Cooper is the last time I looked it up. J.C. Cooper is the one who sued USA Powerlifting because it's a dude that wants to compete as a woman, and he won, or whatever. Now they won, but the deadlifting records for this person are so bad. 330-pound squats. I could do that with one leg. Bench 220, deadlift 385. But because of like where this person placed in all their competitions in the Classic Open last year, third place, fourth place, first place, because it's a guy competing as a woman. It's not fair. It's not right. Do you know what I mean? It's just not right. There's obviously an advantage. But whatever, it's just crazy, And I think so many people, but I want to make no mistake. While I am upset that President Biden announced today was National Trans Visibility Day. Well, I'm upset with that, not because it's a visibility day for trans people. No, I'm upset with it because it's 5 days after a trans person walked in and killed people because of her political ideology about Christianity and the Christian view about trans people. So I completely disagree with the choice to do this. Now, I understand my wife said she thinks they did it last year, and they may have. But at some point, you have to have some sympathy for actual victims. We don't have sympathy for victims in this country. In case anybody didn't realize that, we simply do not. And I don't know. It's frustrating to me because you would think that eventually people would start to care about the truth. But I don't think they do. I don't think people do. I did see once that guy did compete in that powerlifting competition, I was like, oh shit, I should go compete as a woman because it would be funny. Because then I could be like, I'm a world champion powerlifter as a woman. But I would never do that because it takes away from the women powerlifters too. I don't know. But people don't care about that, People don't care about that kind of stuff. So it is what it is. We'll have to figure it out eventually someday. Awful day for our nation today, someone said. Yeah. I mean, it's sad. It's sad. I think we can do better. I think we can do better as a country. I think the stuff with Donald Trump is so overblown and so bad for Democrats. Like Democrats you're applauding this right now, but you shouldn't be because you don't understand how this is going to propel Donald Trump to the top. As much as people want to say it's not, but I don't know. We just live in a weird time, and it's funny. The whole thing is funny. The Rick Roll thing was funny because my intention was not to even talk. It was just to do the Rick Roll thing and then end the live stream. And that was it. And then see you guys later. But I decided that I'd talk about it for a little bit and try to make some sense. And hopefully I did. Hopefully I did make some sense of it for some of you guys. But I don't know. I didn't make sense for me, so I have no idea how I made sense to any of you. Because to be honest, some of this shit's too hard to explain. Like, you know what else is too hard to explain? The fact that not every single person watching this has gone over to switchtoamerica.com and signed up and filled out the form there and found out how you could switch to American-made, American-owned products. It's literally that easy. You put your name, your phone number, your email, and then you choose me from the drop-down, Steve Oatley, as the person that referred you, and bada bing, within 24 or 48 hours, you get an email to your inbox, maybe a phone call, where people will run a survey and they'll say, hey, what products do you use in your house that you believe are American? And let me show you how you could switch to actual American-owned, American-made products. Everybody should go to www.switchtoamerica.com and sign up there. It doesn't cost you anything. It's a free survey. They just know once you find out you could save money by buying American products, you're going to do it. And they don't need to spend all that big money on the advertising like all these big companies do. Why? Because they're American-made, American-owned, and have incredible reviews and all that good stuff too. So it's interesting. Go over to switchtoamerica.com. Make the switch. Make the switch. Somebody said, what about Saudis drop the US dollar? I didn't hear that they did it. I heard that Russia, or I've heard that China is working with a bunch of, maybe it was China and Saudi, that are dropping the US dollar and using a different one. I know Russia's done that. So the US dollar is being devalued consistently, but that's because of the policies that this Biden administration is doing now and every single day. And it's not going to change. You know why it's not going to change? Because nobody fucking cares. That's the truth. I want to give a big shout out to Larry for the $10 Cash App while I was doing the live stream today. I didn't see that until just now, but I appreciate you. If any of you guys do want to send Cash Apps or Super Chats or whatever, they're not Super Chats, you could do so. But if you want to do a Cash App or Venmo, I appreciate it. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend your money incredibly wisely. If you do it now, just write it for lunch because I'm going to go and I'm going to treat myself to McDonald's. You know why? Because I've been busting my ass. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to play video games because I can't do anything. I'm waiting for the ammo cans to come. I'm waiting for the coffee labels to come. I'm waiting for the coffee to come. I'm literally waiting. So I can't go home. but I can't do anything. So I'm going to come back, and I think I'm going to play some Counter-Strike. And so if you want to see that, you can go to Twitch because I will likely just be playing on Twitch in a couple of hours for a little bit. Second thing is, if any of you guys have any good ideas about bunny hutches, I need to build one because last night my wife was trying to give away our bunny. And she's like, Steve, will you go drive 3 hours and drop off the bunny in Pennsylvania? And I'm like, what? She's like, she feels bad because she works. I'm here all day. So the bunny isn't getting out of its little hutch as much as she wants, and she feels bad. And it's one of those bunnies that really likes physical connection and it likes to cuddle and all that. But you can't cuddle with it on the couch because it pisses and shits everywhere it goes, literally everywhere. And it's so gross because if you don't pick up the little rabbit pellets, the dogs, oh my gosh, it's like a dog treat for them. They go nuts. So weird. But so I'm thinking that I may try to make a bigger bunny hutch where the bunny could just come out during the day and just kind of play somehow. But I don't have any actual skills when it comes to that kind of shit. But here's what I was thinking, right? So I cut the legs off of the bunny hutch like we did with the other one, so it's short, and then we leave the door open, and then essentially I build like a 2-foot tall like frame, right, with wood, a 2-foot tall frame with wood, and then just get some, metal mesh, and then bada boom, bada bing. The bunny has an area where it can come out. It's not going to be able to get over it, and then yeah. Like, I was thinking about just doing that. And I could do that easy enough. Someone said just put the litter box in a closet and let it free roam. Yeah, we can't do that. We've got pit bulls that want to eat it. You know what I mean? So we can't do that. My wife is texting me too. Yeah. But whatever. Someone said you can get cheap chicken run. Go to your nearest feed store like Western Farms, and they have them. They have what? Someone said your friend lets your bunny run all day long. Yeah, I don't want to put the bunny outside, though. Like, my wife was like, why don't we just take the tool shed, take all the tools out of it, put them somewhere else, and make that into a big-ass bunny hutch? And I'm like, no, because that's my tool shed. So I don't know. It's annoying. And I don't, Bonnie said you donated $10. Thank you. I didn't see it. I only saw Larry's. I didn't see any other ones yet. And Martin, but I didn't see any others yet, which is why I haven't called out, any of them because I haven't seen them. Boom, 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 boom. Anywho. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else in the chat. You can get a big gate to go around the bunny hutch so you can keep the bunny contained but slightly free. Yeah. Katniss said the bunny runs free in her home. Yeah, but again, we have the dogs, so we can't do that. The bunny can't be free out there because we have doggies. We have doggies. No, there's no hearings today, and I'm done showing hearings. So, as of right now, here, I'll let you guys know. My plan is to not do live streams anymore unless there's like breaking news or a committee I want to hear or something. April said don't even bother saying it. But that's my plan. I'm going to put out more videos, more long-form podcasts, things like that. But that I'll work on during the day, or I may do like an audio one with a visual, or if I do live stream, I'll just be playing Counter-Strike or something, which means I'll probably still talk about politics, but I'll be killing terrorists while I do it. But I think the night shows, unless I do recorded podcasts that are going to go up, or maybe once a week podcasts, I'm just going to kind of step away from doing the live streams because I can't monetize them. YouTube won't monetize them. They're not monetized, in terms of views. So there's no real point in doing it. I'd rather make the videos, put videos out. They're getting better distribution. More people are seeing them because YouTube recommends them and stuff like that. And then, like, if there's a big hearing or something like that, then I'll go live and cover it if I have time. Or if there's breaking news, I'll go live. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of relax a little bit. I'm still you guys will get more of me than you've ever wanted. Someone said so no live chats. No, there will be live chats every day. It'll be on citizenstringer.com. There is a chat on there that you guys can sign up for free and then just chat with each other all day like it's a chat room. However, when I do put the videos up there, we will embed the videos, the most current like day's videos on there, and I'll have a chat on there so everybody can watch it. And then all the other videos will just link back to Rumble or wherever they're upstreaming. I'm just gonna kind of try to upload probably 4 or 5 different videos plus a long form video every single day. So I'm just gonna relax, do things a little bit different, have a little bit more fun. Also, I want to be prepared for everything else that's going on, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna focus on pushing out the coffee as much as I can. Well, I'll tell you guys, I re-enrolled in college. Yep. Because here's the truth. You want to know the truth? You want to know my fucking master plan? All right. I'm going to tell you. You want to know my master plan? Everyone says teachers are indoctrinating children. I let my wife know this yesterday, right? They all say teachers are indoctrinating children with leftist ideology, right? Well, guess who just enrolled in a fucking teaching program with certification? This fucking guy. Because I'll go and be a teacher and teach kids the right thing to do. I can't run for politics. so I don't know if I'm ever going to teach, but I figured it's something I've always wanted to do. And now with my schedule and all that stuff kind of thinning out, I'll be able to do it. So, but I did. I enrolled in a teacher program, and was accepted. I mean, at first, like, enrolling is one thing, but it being accepted, and they took a lot of my college transfers and all that stuff. So I what I said to my wife, because she's been saying that for a while, right? That I should be a teacher. She thinks I'd be a great teacher. I want to be a gym teacher. I'll be honest. I don't want to do anything else besides gym or maybe civics, like government, but not the politics. But I kind of want to see how bad it really is in schools. And so I figured the only way to do that is by, because I could do the coffee thing. It was either that or become a cop. Like, I'm not joking. I applied for both. No, I'm just kidding. But no, in all reality, it's something I was trying to think about. I can't be a cop, so I'm too fucking hot-headed for that. But no, I think I would like to be, because the coffee thing is perfect for it. Do you know what I mean? It works perfect with the schedule. Doing the order fulfillment, getting that all done, not sitting in front of the computer 24/7 like I currently do, and just relaxing. But yeah, so I enrolled, and so I start in May, actually. So that's why I'm kind of making some changes, because I want to find out what the fuck they're doing to these teachers. So I figured, what is the best way to do it? Well, it's to fucking go to school and educate yourself on what they're actually teaching teachers. And so you best believe I may end up having to change the name of my channels again, just to be completely honest, because what happened, I didn't think about that till just now. Shit, what if someone Googles me? And they're like, shit, he's got a channel where he makes fun of teachers. and he's, you know what I mean? I may have to change it. But maybe I should change it back to the Rational American on YouTube. I don't know. But that's one of the things I'm doing. And then the coffee side, I'm expanding the coffee side. Is that even though we didn't get the loan or any of that stuff that I was trying to do, because I'm not paying 24% interest, we're going to start expanding it out. I'm just going to buy one coffee maker at a time, put it in a location, and it'll be better. That alone will make it so I could do everything. Plus the short form videos. I have to get to the part where I don't care about what I'm saying, like I do with the live streams. That's why I like live streams, because if I fuck up, it doesn't really matter. You guys know where I'm trying to go with it. Whereas when I do the recorded videos, when I fuck up, I delete it and then start over. So a video that's like 8 minutes takes me 5 hours to do, because I keep screwing up and stuff like that. But that's why I'm going to do the short form videos and stuff like that. And yeah, and they accepted, for the college accepted the majority of my my credits, and I'm still waiting on one other transcript, which ironically has the most credits. And if that like literally I could be a teacher in like a year and a half. Like, can you imagine that shit? Oh my gosh, I walk into a classroom and I'm like, all right. Now, in all reality, I would like to be a gym teacher. I just think that would be one of the coolest things. I could fully run the coffee business on the side and just continue to grow it and be badass. So, yeah, I could literally, because I've had a lot. Like, if I wanted a business degree, I could finish in one semester because I already have all the credits. But, I don't want to do that. So I want to figure out what's going on in the schools, and I think that's interesting. And I'll be honest, a big part of it is the pension thing. When we were looking at my wife's pension and all that stuff the other day, I was freaked out a little bit, because I'm like, I don't have a pension, and hers is not going to be enough to provide us with a life. And so I'm like, fuck, let me find a job that has a pension. Kind of kicked myself in the ass for not being a firefighter anymore, because I had a pension then. And then so I started going down the heavily to the cop route. And my wife was like, yeah, do that. And, you know, you'd be a great cop. And I'm like, nah. My kids are like, Dad, no. Like, they're like, you never let anybody get away with anything. And I'm like, no, they shouldn't. If they commit the law, they go to jail. Or if they break the law, they go to jail. And then I just then switched. Someone said, someone said, what grade? I have no idea. I just want to, all I want to do is I think the gym coach is the best, and it allows me to do everything else. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? The one thing that pisses me off is I could get 8 credits for my EMT cert if it was still active. It hasn't. I could go and get it again, but there's no point. But I could get 8 credits, just electives. It's pretty good. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to be doing a bunch of short form videos, and again, I may go live tomorrow. I may go live tonight. You never know. But I'm just saying, there's not going to be a regular schedule to the live streams anymore because they take. It doesn't seem like it takes a lot to do one, but trust me and talk to anybody that's done them. You know, someone said Coach Oatley is going to bring back the game of dodgeball. No, my kids said they played dodgeball yesterday. I'm like, hell yeah, your fucking gym teacher's badass. They played this game where they run around the entire gymnasium while 5 or 6 kids sit in the middle and peg them with dodgeballs. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And in all reality, like I just like I want to coach and do all that stuff. Plus, I want to be around my kids more. You know what I mean? And that is the main reason why the night shows are going to be done, because I enjoyed the past couple of weeks of just hanging out, being lazy, and watching movies and stuff like that. So that's the plan. But yeah, and who knows with the college thing? I may change my fucking mind on what degree I'm going for. But as of right now, I got into the education program, so that's what I'm going to go with right now. And then we'll see later. But the best part is I could do it while doing everything else I'm doing here, and promoting the coffee side, promoting the videos. You're going to see, I'm going to try to do more. Oh, and music's making a comeback. I was playing the guitar this morning and just writing songs. The Joe Biden song is coming pretty damn soon. So that someone said, you don't have the patience to deal with people. I actually do. I just don't like people. So, and you got to make advancements. You know, I gotta progress. But I think part of me is like, my wife, when she became a teacher, she did it the right way because she was, I think, one of those in-school support people while she was in college. And I was asking her if she thinks I should do that. And she's like, yeah, but you're not going to be able to do everything else. And I'm like, all right, so I won't do it then. Because my big thing is I am very direct, and I don't know how it all will work. But someone said teachers nowadays have degrees. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Student teaching or even substitute teaching. I was thinking about doing that. Is just going through the same district and getting the substitute cert or whatever so I could substitute teach. But again, I only want to do gym. Like that's it. You know, and social studies, which is like civics and stuff like that. Like I like those, and politics, or even some history, but not a lot. But yeah, I just want to do the PE teacher and figure that out. So that's the plan, and we'll figure. I'll figure that out. But the best thing about it is I could still ramp up the coffee side like I wanted with just Pure Truth, but then Gratis Cafe as well. I can ramp that up because I won't be. You guys don't understand. For example, just to let it put it in perspective today. When I was, you saw when I posted this, that I was making this video today, this live stream, I started working on content. Like, it's not, when you do this show, it takes, for every hour that I do, it's essentially 2 hours of like research, graphics, getting stuff ready, researching the news that I'm talking about, figuring out, like when I was talking about the political contributions, looking all that up. It goes for about 2 hours to do an hour show. And that's how it works. That's why like Adam, he would burn out of it too. That's why a lot of people don't understand. Like even the little ones, like Oreo Express, right? He's got a small channel. The other day, he did a show and I watched it, and I don't like him and I don't like what he was doing, but his show was good, and I knew by watching it how much time he put into researching what he was going to talk about, having all the videos queued up and all that stuff. So he it a lot more goes into it. And so by eliminating the long form shows, it means that I'll just have better content, and I'll have more time to do some of the other stuff that I want to do. So, but we obviously, you guys are not going to be able to find out breaking news and when there is a breaking thing unless I talk about it, right? Because mainstream media sucks ass and they're not going to tell you the truth. So if there are big news stories or big breaking stories or big committee meetings or something that people want to hear, I will 100%, as long as my schedule allows, I will 100% be live talking about it, bringing you breaking news or with that. I'm just going to kind of relax a little bit on the doing the live streams. So because one, it allows me to have more time with my family, which is priority to me right now. And secondly, it's going to allow, if I cut all of the other, like I'm cutting all of it. Like one of the other companies, I just filed the paperwork to shut it down with the state today because it's not making money and I'm losing money. And then one of the other ones, I think I'm going to spin off and sell. So I'm literally getting rid of all of these other things that I do every day in order to just focus on coffee, to focus on making better content for you guys and go that route. So, but just don't expect, and what you can expect, however, is a full day or a full 45-minute to an hour podcast just like this every single day. You know why? Because I have a microphone and I have my phone. So I could drive and rant about politics while I'm driving to work. And now YouTube, or driving home, YouTube has this thing where now they'll host your podcast as well. So there will be every single day audio only podcasts that go out. So I'll actually put out more content, but it will be more freeing and I could do it from home and stuff like that. So like the hour of me ranting, you're still going to get, it's just going to be an audio only podcast, if that makes sense. So instead of looking at like my nose hair that I forgot to trim this morning, like shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'll still be the same guy, the same funny guy and all that stuff. But that's it. Better time management for you too. Yeah, I know. And that's why, and I'll be honest, I'm a little excited. I feel different about going back to school now than I did the previous 4 times. Do you know what I mean? Because this is what I have a proven track record of going to school, focusing hard as fuck for the first semester, getting great grades, enrolling on a second semester, and fucking bailing. And so that's why I have so many different transcripts with so many good grades. And I have a proven track record for doing that. So like I was telling my wife, is I said, I'm going to need your help to help me not do that this time. And I think I'm in a good position with the coffee company. I think I'm in a good position with the shows and the direction I want to go with it. So I think I'm in a good position to actually do it, and I'm working on something else to start that pension sooner than later. But I'm not telling you guys what it is because you're going to be like, what the fuck, Steve? You're going to last one day. So I'm not even telling you guys that. But yep. So that's why I'm excited about that. And it's something I've been thinking about for a while. Well, the college thing, it's something I've been applying for a while, or, applying to different ones, trying to figure out what program. And then I originally got in for a business one for this school, and then I changed it to education, and that's it. Someone said, get rid of that warehouse and get a 16 by 24 shed. I was telling my wife about that yesterday. I was telling her Kimberly Holmes is a smart lady. But I was telling her, you like that, Kimberly? I was said, yeah. But yeah. How else am I going to tell if I can deal with school children? Anyway. But yeah, that's one of the things, because what I may do, okay, I'm not even going to tell you all the plans, but if I can finish, in a year and a half, I'll try to do the job as a teacher, get a couple of days worth or a couple of years, and then I'm going straight to the principal role because my wife won't do it. Principals make so much fucking money. It's insane. So much money. So much money. But keep in mind, so next week, Monday, I'm going to be busy all day now because I got something going on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be the day. That's my target date. Hopefully all the UPS packages come today and tomorrow. But that's going to be my target date to ship out the missing Patriotic as F bundles. I think there's only 4 or 5 of them. The rest of the coffee orders. And then the start shipping the coffee bug out bags. Okay? So I'm going to start shipping those by the middle of the week. I hope to complete all of those bug out bags as long as the labels come. All of those bug out bags. The only difference is your shirts and your mugs for the bug out bags may be shipped separately, but you'll know and you'll have your tracking before the bug out bag even ships. And then keep in mind, from Friday next week for a week, we're on our camping trip. So you guys are going to see a lot of camping stuff. You'll probably see my wife and the kids and all that stuff. That's going to be more. We're doing our driving down to Kentucky, North Carolina, all that stuff, and camping for several days. I think there's 2 days. There's 2 days that I'm not going to have internet when we're in North Carolina because I didn't book that place. Someone else did, but that's what we're going to do. And then, so I'll have videos. So that's not next week, but the following week, starting on Friday. So you'll have a lot of videos. Like I'll probably do like podcasts and shit from the campfire, like stuff like that. So it'll be fun. And then I'll be back and just doing it. But yeah. And just like I said, just don't expect normal live streams. You can still expect that I'm going to do them randomly throughout the day. And what I'll make sure I do, unless it's breaking news, is that I post it. Like, so say like today, I don't want to do one, but I know I'm going to do something tomorrow. I will post it on social media well in advance so people can see. Because I know that's the biggest complaint with my show is I do it whenever I want. I don't have a set schedule. And so people get mad. I get a couple of hate mails every single week. And they're like, I miss the live streams. This isn't fair. You should be doing live streams at a set time every single day so we can participate in the chat. We are your viewers, blah, 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 blah. You know, so I will try to do it. It's never going to be at the set time. I'll try to release videos every day at like 11, 2, and 5 o'clock, you know, or some shit like that, where those videos go every day and the podcasts go every day, at a certain time. But I will be doing an audio-only podcast several times a week, probably every day, to be honest, where it's going to be like this show, but me just ranting about life or about news and politics without all the video, without the need to be here, because I could literally just drive down the road recording myself and do all the other shit I'm doing. So I think it's good. I think it's good. Someone said, imagine his wife being his boss, principal, or teacher. She won't do it, though. There's an opening right now that she could get in a high school that pays $30,000 more. It's an assistant principal position. It pays $30,000 more than what she currently makes per year. She won't do it. She does not want to be a principal. And there is the thing, a principal also works year round, but she doesn't want to be an admin. She just likes teaching. She likes seeing everything. Carmine said, what about the monthly coffee club? They're still going out just like normal. I got your email, but you sent it while I'm doing a show. So your emails, this is how the coffee club membership's fucked up for everybody. When you sign up, it does your first order, and then it does 60 days until your second month started. I'm trying to get with the App Store people, that's the program that we use for the subscriptions, to figure out if they can switch that. Because what I noticed is it doesn't send me an alert that your order needs to ship. So what I did is I made a spreadsheet and I took it by the date of your original order, and that way I know when to ship it every single order. But keep in mind too, it's when it processes. So if you're on the yearly plan, those are the ones where it really got fucked up. If you're on the monthly plan, it's going to reprocess it every month for your coffee club orders. But your order was Wake Up America and French Vanilla, I believe, just because you're here in the chat. Where was yours? Yours was French Vanilla and Wake Up America. So I think I have Wake Up America. I know I have French Vanilla. So if that's the case, I will be, because you're on the yearly plan. So I will ship them out. Yeah, because see, it says your order date was February 10th. So you should have got a second order. I got to check because I think I already sent yours. But you would have got it by now. because here, what's your order number? It doesn't say. Let me do this real quick because you're in the chat and it's apparently. You want to know sheets. Wake Up America, French vanilla. So you are. Yeah, so I have your order number. You're all whole bean. Oh, that's probably why. I think I ground up the rest of the Wake Up America. But I have your ship date on the 10th of every month. So which is because again, it bypassed this month for some reason and you didn't get it. Everyone else, I shipped all the other coffee orders, excluding some, but most of the other coffee orders shipped on the 22nd. Because again, it did a 60-day gap. So it tells me your order, your second month goes out April 10th because your first one was on the, wait, no. Yes, your first one was on February 10th. It skips March for some reason. We're trying to figure it out because it also did it for the Patriotic as F ammo can bundles. And so, and I can't easily look it up. So I'm trying to figure it out, Carmine. But regardless, what it does now is it says, okay, your first one was February 10th. Next one is April 10th. Then May, so you still get, it just spans it out 13 months because it's skipping that second month for some reason. So I'm trying to fix it and we'll get it fixed for you on the coffee club memberships. Now, all the members that do the monthly coffee club that just do it once a month, that don't prepay it, there's no issue with yours. It's all the people that prepaid for the yearly plan where it skipped the second month. And I'm not quite sure why. But it's caused a problem because I've had people that want to cancel them or something like that. And I'm like, it's not my fault. It's the software's fault. But Carmine, I will, as soon as I'm done, I'll go check right now to make sure if I have Wake Up America whole bean. Matter of fact, hold on, Carmine. Look at this fucking service, Carmine. Look at that service. Isn't that amazing? So Carmine, I have one French vanilla whole bean right now. So I will send, and I have the Wake Up America. So I will send your order today so you get it right away. All right, but that's the only coffee order I'm doing because pretty much I'm out of the coffee bags. So I have plenty of coffee. I can't package any of it. The coffee bags are coming on Sunday. All right, but that is the plan. I will see all of you guys. I think I have something to talk about maybe later today. Otherwise, I'll probably just start fresh, uploading videos tomorrow or this weekend. However, I am going to go. Thank you to Larry for the $10 Cash App. I'm going to go buy some food and then come back, and I will likely play some Counter-Strike on Twitch for a little bit. Or I just may play Counter-Strike myself and not even live stream it. I'll probably just do that. But I'm going to relax. This is a new me. I'm just going to try to relax and not be as high-strung about all my shit. You know, because I've just been too fucking high-strung lately. I need to relax a little bit, spend time with my kids and all that. 17520. Okay, so let me get his order done, and then we'll go from there. Everyone, thank you for hanging out. I will see you when I see you. That's going to be how I end the show. I'll see you when I see you. Not like that. That was fucking lame. Ready? Let's practice again. I'll see you. All right, goodbye. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.